This is John Patrick Hickey for the Growth Center. I'm so glad that you joined me again as we talk about the plan in order to achieve our goals. And what I want to talk to you about today is what happens when we make a mistake. What happens when we set an element in our plan and it just didn't work out? And we all will face that. Let me assure you right now, ahead of time, you will face that. You know, the person who never faces a difficulty, who never has a failure, who never makes a mistake, is the person who never does anything. Because if you're going to move forward, you're going to face those challenges. You're going to have those times that are going to be difficult. What the mistake many people make is they set this plan in order and the plan didn't work, or something about it is just not working. So what they do is they decide, okay, I need to just put this aside, go back to square one and start over again. Don't do that. There is no going backwards, ever. Ever. When you're going down the street and you're walking along and not paying attention to the sidewalk, and the sidewalk is uneven and you hit something and you fall over, okay? Do you go all the way back home in order to walk to where you were going? So you start all over again to go through that walk just because you fell, maybe even 2 feet from where you had to be. No, you don't go back. You just get up where you're at, dust yourself off, and move forward. The same is true when we're working on our goals, when we're moving forward in our personal development and the things that we need in life. That when we make a mistake, when we happen to fall down in the process, you stand up where you're at and you move forward. You see, because you may not have succeeded at a particular thing, but you've had a lot of education in the background. You know, you've learned so much up to that point, including what not to do. One of the great things about Thomas Edison was that he kept notes about everything. He kept notes about all of his successes, all of his experiments, and he kept notes about all of his failures. And he had lots of them. And in those notes, he was able to look and figure out what didn't work. So for one, he didn't do the same mistake twice. And for another, if it didn't work, there was a reason it didn't work. And he could look at that, and what didn't work here may work over here. So there was great learning to happen from the failures that he had. The same is true with you. You can learn from those mistakes. You can learn from those failures. Never go backwards. Never think you got to start over. There is no starting over. You know, there is no going back to the beginning and starting something different. You know, and while we're on this subject, real quick, just kind of a side note here. This is why I really discourage people who I talk with, is I don't believe in having a plan B. You know, people will have a goal set for their life, something that they want to achieve, but then they'll have a plan B. If this doesn't work out, then I can do this. I don't believe in plan Bs. If something is going to be your goal, if something is worth your attention and your energy to really work towards it, then that's it. You make it work. If you have a plan B, if you have an escape route, you will use it. Always, you will use it. You don't go and have an escape. No plan Bs, no going backwards, ever. When you make a mistake, when you stumble and fall, stand up, dust yourself off, take note of what you can learn, and move forward. For the Growth Center, this is John Patrick Hickey, and I want to encourage you to always pursue your purpose and change your world.